Hello ladies and gents, welcome to my review of Master of the Universe Revelations Part 2. It's still like Season 1, but it's Part 2 of the first season, even though they took a break. Really odd. Don't expect any footage shown over the top of this, because Netflix are really, like they're hot on it. They do copyright claims if you show anything, so it becomes really difficult to do these kind of reviews with footage. So just thought I'd say that out from the off. Don't expect me to sit around and go, oh, it's woke and blah, blah, blah. It's not that's not how I do these kind of reviews. I want to talk mainly about the narrative structure more than anything else, and how I think that although this part of the season was better, because it was objectively better, it was objectively bad in terms of the narrative. And I think if you watch them back to back, you kind of see what I mean. So overall, like straight up, just overall quick review is that yeah, it was better. Little payoff though, and dumb character decisions with really strange arcs when you start to like look at the actual characters and what they've been through. Two characters stay the same: He-Man, Skeletor, perfect, no worries. But two characters that went on a very strange character arc from first part to second part is Evil Lyn and Teela. Their character arcs are actually really quite strange, and they don't make any logical kind of sense. And I don't understand what the messaging is. I mean, I do understand what the messaging is, but I don't understand why that's the messaging. So we're going to dive into this today. Full spoilers, okay? If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. Watch it, I guess, if you really want. I'm not going to sit here and say a massively strong recommendation. This is a better, it's better, but it's not all that. And it's also not what the trailer made out to be as well. I mean, you see here, look, Skelly God, Savage He-Man, things like this. Savage He-Man's in one episode, and yeah, I know technically two, because he appears at the end of the first episode, but he's also gone before the end of the second episode. So, take from that what you will. I don't personally think that that's good. I don't think Skelly God appearing for all of, like, I don't know, 2-3 episodes, then disappearing and then appearing right at the end again is particularly good either. It's just how I think. So what happens? Well, we obviously continue straight off from where we left off, where Skelly God has the power, and he's stabbed Prince Adam, He-Man. From there, what happens is Skelly God, Skeletor, dishes out the power, creates Evil Lyn as the sorceress, grants her the power somehow. Don't understand how that happens, because the sorceress is dead. They kill the sorceress. And from there, basically, we have Skelly God relinquishing power from Evil Lyn, tricking him. Evil Lyn becoming the most butch-looking sorceress. It was just really weird. Basically, she relinquished the power from Skeletor, called down the power, whilst also as a sorceress, became her own champion, and became really butch, and was even doing like bicep poses and stuff. It was very strange. And then it's also very strange because she went on this big character arc throughout the whole first part. And this is what I'm talking about. This is where I want to discuss like actual character arcs and how this one didn't really make any sense. So she calls down the power, becomes her own champion, becomes the most powerful being in the universe of all time, of all creation, and she wants to destroy everything. I mean, where did that come from? Like honestly, where did that come from? In the first part, she was going from being Evil Lyn, people going, you're not born evil, you don't have to be evil, Evil Lyn. Obviously, funny, ha ha ha. But then, suddenly, we see the glimmers of hope and stuff like that, glimmers of goodness, and then suddenly, boom, she just wants to destroy the entire universe. Why? There's no... the motivation is, it's all chaos and there's no purpose. That is actually the motivation. What a ridiculous motivation that is. Like, that is absolute nonsense. So that character arc really annoyed me, because it just doesn't make sense. She gets beaten in the end by Teela, who becomes another sorceress, more powerful than her mother. That's right, she learns and says, oh, I kind of knew all along that you were my mother, blah, blah, blah. So she becomes a sorceress and beats Evil Lyn. But her character arc is, I've learnt nothing. Teela's character arc is, I've learnt nothing. So she spent the whole first season being very insufferable, saying, "You all lied to me," whilst also batting away people that were trying to tell her that she was the sorceress's daughter, going, "No, don't tell me. No, don't tell me, shut up." So making people lie to her, to then suddenly become the sorceress, well, to suddenly realise that she's got the power of magic in her, she's using magic, which she hated, to then turn around and basically be like, I can become the sorceress and I can become better than anyone ever was anyway, all because I believe so. What? So she's learnt nothing. The thing about these shows, generally speaking, as a kid, was like characters would learn something and then there'd be a message at the end. There's no message here. Aside from evil people who are just randomly evil for whatever, I guess. Even though they could be good, but they're not. Actually, they're just plain evil. And then you can be horrible and then it'll work out fine as well. I don't get it. Like, that was just pointless. And there's so many other things, so many other instances. Fisto makes an appearance. And I kid you not, there's a line of dialogue where he puts his fist up to Skelly God in the sky and says, "Boy, I'd like to fist him." Oh, fuck me. Are you joking me? Kevin Smith, come on now, mate. Kids are watching this. Who's that for? I'd like to fist him. Really, Kevin Smith? Please. What are you doing? That was ridiculous. That was painful. Savage He-Man was epic, unexplained, cools down the power without the conduit, sure. Becomes like a mindless thing, sure. Starts killing things, sure. And then he's gone, because his dad hugs him. Alright then. And then never makes another appearance. Like, I get it, it's a cool iteration, but it did seem a bit gratuitous and dumb. And the whole show was basically, you know, other people have said it, and it is true, it is the Teela show. This story is very much a Teela story. The second half has Evil Lyn thrown in there, but Teela saves the day, and Evil Lyn suddenly is good again. Whilst, it's just, I just don't get it. I don't get, like, why this was a thing. And they've left it on a cliffhanger of Motherboard. Remember that Motherboard thing from Manny Faces? Motherboard looks to be an old sorceress, because we thought, you know, Manny Faces just made it all up, but it turns out it's a real thing. That then Skeletor's there at the end, tries to kill it, and then this like robotic sorceress comes out and basically injects Skeletor with all of the motherboard fluid. Sounds wrong. I don't know. The animation was cool in parts, but it's very lacking. Like, character arcs were incomplete or went off on a weird tangent, which meant that they didn't actually have an arc. Like, Evil Lyn doesn't have an arc. She just goes mad with power. Why? She was nothing like that. You know? I understand how they've presented it in the series. She got mad with power because Skeletor revealed that he had fed off her like a tick. Right? Okay, sure, whatever. Doesn't mean you have to destroy the entire universe, you lunatic. And then what is with all the women suddenly getting butch lesbian haircuts? People are going to hate me for this. I don't care. Like, at the end, Andra gets crowned a man-at-arms, and suddenly she's got bloody shaved sides and like a mohawk fro thing. Why? Teela's got a little half-shave thing. Bloody... We've got Evil Lyn, short hair at the end as well. Why? What? So weird. However, it's not all wrong. It's not all bad. There was some actually good messaging in this. Again, so this is objective reviewing, ladies and gents. If you stayed this long, you get a point of a bit of objective reviewing. So, what happened in this was, when Man-at-Arms and Teela were saying their farewells, Man-at-Arms is like, you know, you are my daughter and now you've got to become something greater. And Teela's reply was, there is nothing greater than being your daughter. Lovely. Fucking lovely messaging. The sorceress saying, you know, it's my honour to look over you and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, there was some interaction there about mothers and daughters and fathers and sons and stuff like this. And that's really nice. That's something actually which is very rare in these kind of programs in this day and age. You know, fathers being portrayed good and stuff like this. But it was just really lazy writing. It was like Kevin Smith was like, you know, in between getting high, was like, oh, you know what would be cool, man? We get Savage He-Man. Like, he looks like the Hulk. Yeah, man. Like, okay, but why? It goes nowhere. Oh, you know what'd be cool, man, is, you know, if we get, oh, if Evil Lyn, like, strikes, you know, like a bicep pose and becomes, like, He-Man, sorceress, god thing. Yeah, man. Okay, but why? Oh, wouldn't it be cool if Evil Lyn wants to destroy the entire universe? Yeah, but why? You know, it'd be cool if we gave everyone undershaves. Why? So odd. And they killed Panther. What are you doing, my boy Panther? For? Fucking kill him. No. Mofo. What are you doing killing Panther for? Anyway, I think what's so stark about this is, like, I liked the original He-Man. And this is like a bit of a disgrace comparatively. And then at the same time I was watching this, I've been watching Arcane, which I'm going to have a review out of as well at some point. And I was like, it's amazing. I don't even know anything about League of Legends. Couldn't give a shit about League of Legends. This is a great series. Didn't pander to anything particular. Like, had strong characters. Lore was there. Even for someone that doesn't know anything, it explained it all nicely. Animation was great. Voice acting was great. It was all solid. And then I'm watching this piece of poo. And I'm like, what is this? Disappointing. But it's better. It's better than the first part. I'll give it that. So anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. I'll probably do a live stream about this as well. Get loads of, you know, your guys' thoughts, because they're funny. These kind of group therapy sessions about this are always quite funny. If you've got any other thoughts and feelings, let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching. I'm a little bit tired. Take care.